snip these. No, it broke. No. Hey guys, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas. This is my full-length build video for this model kit, the FX-7 Droid from Empire Strikes Back. This is by JPG Productions. Great kit, had a lot of fun building it. Took a lot of work, took me a whole weekend, like 5 or 6 hours at a time. So here's the full-length video. Check out some of the highlights for you, basically kind of how I ended up snipping apart the supports for the 3D printed legs, how I did the magnet inside to hold it together, and how I did, the different painting techniques on it. So enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, guys. This is a long one, but I think some of you will find it interesting and helpful. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button for me, and thanks for watching. May the force be with you. Bye. All right, everybody. Got something cool today. I picked up a model kit from JPG. This is their FX-7 Medical Droid for the 1/12 scale, which they just released, I think, in July or maybe August. Yeah, I guess in August. So here we go. Let's get into it. I'm going to do kind of an unboxing, see what's inside this kit, see what we're getting. I'm going to put it together. I don't know if I'll get it all done here in this same video. I really don't know what I'm getting into. I have never done a kit from them before, but they were known in the Black Series community for doing a chopper droid originally, and they had I think they had a probe droid, and they had somebody else too. But this is the first time I've seen anybody do the FX-7 Medical Droid from Empire Strikes Back in the 1/12 scale. So I'm going to check it out and hopefully add it to my Hoth diorama. Open it up. All right, we got this card. Nice glossy card with instructions. So looks like you got the piece there, something to cut out there. Got the main arm, you got the legs, 10 of those it says. Mastered by Stephen Husser. Additional 3D modeling by Trey McGinnis. Produced by JPG Productions. Looks good, guys. I'm excited to build this thing. All right, so we've got, looks like resin printed, resin 3D printed arms and legs with all the support. So I'm gonna have to trim all those off. That looks like that'll be a bit of work. And cast pieces for the body. Okay. Let's see. There we go. So we got a base. That's gonna fit on there, I think. Yeah, once I trim that down, that should fit on there. I can already tell this guy's gonna look cool. Here's my here's a Black Series Mandalorian for scale. Gonna look like that. So we got some cleanup to do on these, and a lot of cleanup on these. Gotta be careful, that's actually broken right there. Real delicate with these things. Lots of little supports, very delicate arms. Gonna have to cut all those out. I don't know how many arms I got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I've got 30 arms here. This guy doesn't have 30 arms, does he? Looks like 20 arms. So they gave you some extras, which is nice in case something breaks. Here's his little claw arm. Sticks out straight from his, guessing from this piece right here. Yeah, probably right there. All right, let's get into this. So for tools, I've got a little clippers I use for the model kits. Little snips here, and do have an exacto knife kit here. I need to do some fine work. So first, I am going to get rid of this little nub of plastic here. Got to be real careful, obviously, using the blades. I'm not wearing any gloves. All right, that looks pretty good. The cast looks pretty good, pretty clean. Take a look at this one. Just gonna clean up the edge a little bit. Headpiece is nice. Nice and clean. See, so this is the base, so this has got to fit on there. Doesn't quite fit. I'm just going to shave the very edge. Kind of bevel it a little bit, so take any extra off and maybe help it slide into place a little better. Almost there. So close. All right, well, I'm gonna set that aside, work on that later. Let me do a couple of arms. So these arms, so this one's already been, it's not broken, right? I had it backwards, there you go. Yeah, look at that, that is cool. They do kind of friction fit, so I bet if I paint these and I paint this, these things will just friction fit right in there, which is nice. All right, so this little guy, claw, is gonna need to be cut away from the supports there. Very carefully snip these. No, it broke, no. Oh man. Exactly what I was afraid was gonna happen. Well, that sucks. So fragile, that little piece. All right, throw that piece away. So yeah, I broke the other half of the claw off, and it went on the carpet somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Wow. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna super glue that back in place. I guess I'll try. Some of these support little nubs off of here. Very, very delicate work, guys. Well, let's take a look at that. See if it fits in our claw hole here. Now that is filled with resin from the mold, so I gotta clean out that little hole there too. You guys see that? There's not enough depth inside the pocket there for the arm to stick in, so I gotta clear that out a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drill so I end up with a nice round hole, otherwise I might gouge it and open it up too wide. Well, let's try some more of these. So how do I cut these without it breaking? I can see why they ship them this way, because there's a lot of work in trimming all the legs off. Okay, got this guy. Yeah, now I know why they shipped extra arms. They're very fragile. All right, well, there's one. This one. Oh, this is that extra little piece they showed in the instructions. A little dongle for the, looks like a scope or something for the headpiece. There's that little one. According to this, goes right in here like that. All right, well, that one fits nicely. A little bit of glue and that'll stick right in there. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna work at clearing off the, removing the supports from these 3D printed arms, and this might take me like an hour. Man, we'll see. I'll probably speed up the video here a little bit. See, look at that, broke another one right there. Okay, gotta be careful. So the snips is working pretty well to separate them into individual pieces. All right, guys, I got a method going on here. Find if I support it, my left hand here, and draw my knife this way, down to the tip. I think that keeps this more stable until I get to the very end. And as opposed to I was starting here and it was just so so fragile down at that tip. I think it makes it easier to start here. Just draw the blade down, support it, get to this little bend, this little elbow. It's kind of like sawing through it a little bit, a few passes with the blade. Tends to pop it loose. So there, now it's loose there. And I can just break it away at the base. So that's working pretty well. Remind myself not to rush. Ah, see, broke it right there. Had one that was still attached. Oh, first little bit of blood, guys. See that? Nicked myself. I was doing so good. Now I know why you guys use gloves when you're doing this 3D print cleanup work. All right, guys, so it's been an hour since I started prepping these arms. So yeah, it took me a full hour to break off all the supports and then clean up the little nubs and stuff with the X-Acto knife. I broke 4 arms in the process. So I've got plenty left. Thanks for all the extras that they send you. It's good thinking on the part of the JPG sending extra arms because those things are so fragile. I also broke the claw. Unfortunately, I'm going to try to glue that. No extra with that one, so I'm going to have to make that work. And then a little bit of cleanup. I got the droid to fit together. So here he is next to Black Series Mandalorian, so you get a sense of height. A little under 6 inches. I think it looks good. You know, the head I will probably leave that loose so I can spin it. Same with this midsection piece. There's little electronics there that I'm going to paint up inside. And most of the arms I'll probably just glue in place, but I'll leave a couple that are loose so I can pose them a little differently. So overall, I think this is a pretty cool kit so far. Next is going to be to paint everything. Well, actually, I still got to clean up. We'll drill out that hole a little bit. A little bit more cleanup on the mold, but really I'm going to paint all the arms white. I'm going to paint the droid probably a silver, kind of a chromey silver color, and then we'll do touch up on different colors and stuff. All right, guys, so I got a 9/64, this is inches drill bit, diameter drill bit, which fits that hole, and I'm just going to clean out the cast a little bit. Should be able to do it just by hand. Could attach this into a little hand drill if I wanted, but just gonna go in kind of straight there. This plastic cast is pretty soft, so okay, so that's definitely gotten it deeper now. It's not fitting. I might need a slightly bigger diameter. So the hole, I used a 11/64 inch bit. Focus a little better. Yeah, anyway, 11/64 the diameter on my print. That looks really nice. And you can see I was able to super glue on the little pincher for the claw. So all set there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna hit these resin pieces with this Citadel Chaos Black spray, kind of as a primer layer. I want this to be a black base layer, and then I'm going to go over it with some grays and silvers. And I'll probably do the arms with the white spray I have. But here we go. Kind of come at both angles here. I want to get it inside those grooves. Alright guys, so I've got it primed up here, and the head, everything fits together nicely. Spins well. There's the hole I drilled for the claw. Work on these legs. The straight legs here, they're perfect. They pop right in. Just nice and snug. Don't have to force it really. All these bent articulated ones I had to file down because the cylinder part here, the disc, was a little bit too wide. It didn't fit in the groove. So if you get this kit, you're gonna have to do a little bit of filing unless the JPG adjusts things. But basically what I had to do is I just got a metal file here. You can see all the residue from the sanding that I did, and just kind of rubbed it back and forth here just to scrape off a little bit of the material. Basically, you know, thinning it up, shaving off this side, shaving off both sides so it fit in the groove. And then it kind of matches up with the closed arms pretty well. Alright guys, I'm back at it another day here at this model of the FX-7 Droid. Thinking about how the cell just kind of loose sits together. I want something to kind of tie it together. So I'm going to use some magnets. This kit comes with this little kind of circuitry panel that's supposed to go in here. But I'm not going to install that. I'm going to use that for something else, just because I'm never really going to open up this droid and look inside. So instead, I'm going to basically tie the bottom to the head so that this whole thing can swivel independently. It's hard to see, but I want the head to be able to turn. I want the, let's call it the torso piece, to be able to turn. So I'm going to try basically putting a screw in here into the middle, and then putting a magnet in the head. We've got this old DeWalt drill bit piece that it's magnetized for holding screws, and it's pretty decent strength magnet. And it got jammed up. I actually don't use it anymore. It's a broken piece I have. So I'm gonna, and it fits perfectly inside this head. So basically, I'm gonna glue this little magnet in here, and you could do that with any kind of magnet, and then drill and get that screw into the middle here, and I think that'll work pretty well. Looks like I'll have to get the screw down quite a ways. I might have to use a different type of screw, but we'll see. So I'm gonna make an attempt at that, and we'll see how it goes. All right, looks like the hot glue is ready. Of it in there, push that down in. It's almost like it was made for that, huh? Out just a hair. There we go. There you go, guys. Look at that. Perfect. Spins. Get the head off. Okay, I'm happy with that. Stays together reasonably well. Time for some paint. Alright guys, I figured this out. I totally did not pay attention to the instructions. The reason this piece isn't supposed to be down here on the bottom, it's supposed to be up inside. It's supposed to be up in here, kind of glued up in there. And then you're supposed to do two little punch outs here. You're supposed to cut out these two little windows so you can see all the circuitry inside. Now that makes more sense to me. Sorry, JPG, wasn't reading the instructions very well there. But regardless, I'm not going to do that. I prefer just to keep the magnetized droid there, so it doesn't fall apart on me when it's on display and stuff. I may do the cutout anyway, just see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I'm going to spray paint this with this Testors Quick Dry Diamond Dust silver chrome lacquer finish that they have for model cars. Got it at Hobby Lobby. Give it a shot, see how it looks. I tried this with my Mandalorian model kit and it was a little bit dark, but I think that's okay for this piece. Well, actually very shiny, huh? Alright guys, I'm going to Dremel out the windows on this droid. Decided it's a cool feature, I might as well make use of it, so careful here. Should be able to cut through pretty easy. Pretty simple, just gonna kind of carve it out here. I don't want to do too much, I'm going to clean it up with the knife, but at least get it going. Do the other side here. Got the bulk of it out. Now I'm just going to use the exacto knife to get the rest of it there. See how that'll look in there. Can't really see the screw. So you're not going to see much of the interior, you're just going to see that there is a hollow void there, which is kind of cool. Alright guys, so I'm going to paint this thing again. It's just too bright. It's just too bright. So I'm going to try this Testors Chrome Bright Reflective Finish. I believe this is a little bit darker, a little more of a gray. So I'm going to give this a shot and see how it comes out. It just seemed a little too like stainless steel shiny finished for me. Here we go. You can see it's pretty close to kind of going towards the vintage look of it. I think in the film he's actually a little bit darker gray, and then he has some highlights on him. But this is what I'm gonna do mine with. So I gotta do some black touch-ups, fill in some of these panels here with black. Probably do some red on some of the sensors. And some of the images, it looks like they have like a lighter gray outline on some of the panels on the head and things like that. So might do. I don't know, so I guess I'm going to probably start with the black and leave it there, see how that looks. Then I'm going to do some white on the arms, maybe some silver as well. Let's see if I can squeeze out the rest of my black game color here. Try doing some of these panels. Yeah, gonna need to get some new paint there. Now, I've learned that it's best to do thin coats of paint and do multiple coats instead of going on too thick. It's been a while since I've done some detail painting like this, actually. It's pretty good. First panel there. This panel is interesting. It's got it's got like a section in the middle there with buttons on it. I honestly don't know if that's all, should all be black, or if I should paint some kind of red or something in there. So they're looking nice. It's a really nice, nice kit, nice sculpt. Yep, see, just so got a little black on the silver there, but it's still wet. You can just rub it right off there, and oh, look at me, spit there. I got it on my finger though, and I got it over here. So I spoke too soon. A little bit of black smudge there. I gotta be careful where my fingers are. All right, I'm going to paint these little boxes black as well. Just, I think a little bit of contrast is good. Little tiny brush strokes. Ah, I did it again. See, I put my fingerprint, middle finger right there. Oh, geez. All right, add a little paint in there. Set that middle piece aside. Let that dry a little bit. Work on the head here a little bit. Alright, so again, I think some of these are red, but I'm not sure. I'll paint them black for now and we'll see how it looks. It's funny, all this little effort for something that no one's really going to look at this in this detail, except me. I'll know how I painted it, and I will know if I'm happy with it or not. So I don't know, I'm just doing some highlights or doing some black around, doing some black around these little raised sections here. This is the part where it's just kind of do what you like and you think looks good, and there's no exact roadmap for painting this, obviously, but it's coming together. All right, so I'm going to paint the arms here for a little bit. I'm going to switch to a little bit bigger brush so I get a little more coverage. I was using a really fine tip brush for all that detail work on the black, but with these arms I'm just gonna coat the whole thing, so I want the paint to cover better. So dip in the water here, get some drops of water in with the white, thin that down a little bit. All right, I'll start painting. Oh, I can tell this is already too thick. It's like sticking to it. Do a little more water in here. All I do is dip in the end of my brush in some clean water, mixing it into the paint here. So I just want a light coat white. Don't want it to clump up or bubble up at all. And I'm just going to start painting up these arms. Alright guys, I'm still working away painting here. What I got so far. Got some of the arms. Gotta touch those up, the red's bleeding a little bit. I did some black on the infill, a little bit of red on some of the buttons. It's coming together. Basically painting all the arms white. I gotta do the they're still wet. Let them dry a little bit. I'm gonna paint these shoulder joints. I was thinking of doing something with like maybe a silver or a gray. Maybe a gunmetal would work. I don't know, I'm gonna try a couple different things, see what it looks like. What else I got? I got bronze. I'll try bronze. Might work. Some of the details, you know, the like the metal, the joints, the fittings and stuff, the articulation points. Might be cool to have a touch of bronze or something. Let's try a little bronze. Add a little bit of water in there. Mix that up. Ooh, I don't know, it's pretty shiny. Pretty sparkly. Just hitting this round scope thing here. A little bit of accent in here. This panel here. Let's see what that looks like. I've got this really thinned down right now. Okay, we're trying a little bit of Game Color Silver. Mix this in a little bit here. All right, guys. Well, this is my wrap-up video. I finished painting it to my satisfaction, at least, and so here it goes. This is the FX-7 Medical Droid model kit by JPG Productions. There you go. All done. What do you think? Pretty good? This is the vintage Kenner one. That's the one from my childhood, actually. It's all beat up and broken, but I had that as a kid. So I actually haven't assembled this thing fully yet. I just finished painting all the legs, so I'm going to put it together. But basically, here's the base. Now I added a screw in here so I could magnetize the head and hold it all down and together. I opted to do that instead of putting in this circuitry piece that's supposed to go inside the body. So I got rid of that. Basically that lets me pop the head on here, magnetize that, hold it all together, and still get all the swivels for the pieces. So this piece fits on here. Didn't really have to do much to get that to fit in. And then here's the magnetized drill bit piece I had here that pops right onto that screw. And there you go. So there you got rotation of the head, the torso piece. You can see how I painted it here. Got a little bit of red, a little bit of light gray accents, black, and a little bit of goldish bronze for some of the highlights on the piece. I'll show you the top of the head here. There you go. So I'm going to put in the rest of the legs and see how this thing looks. Also got a nice red one here. All right, so there you have it. And just for scale, this thing is about 5.5 inches tall. Those are two Black Series figures back there from Hasbro. So he's a little bit, it's about, Luke's a shorter figure, so he's a little bit shorter than Luke there from Hoth. Let's see, did I get everything in there? So you got the hollowed arrow, 2 panels that you hollow out, and I had to use a router for that. And like I said, if I had put this circuitry piece in there, you would see that inside, but I decided to forgo that and just use the magnet and the screw. So there you go, guys. I'm going to display this in my Hoth diorama next to the Bacta tank. It's a really cool kit. I like it a lot. Let me get some close-up shots for you guys. For the legs, I just decided to do a little bit of red on a couple of them and just kind of highlight the knuckle joints just to break it up a little bit. A little red highlight there in the groove. That line is in the mold. A little bit of bronze here and there, light gray. Pretty cool, huh? I like it a lot. I think it's a cool kit. Price is $50 from JPG Productions, and then plus shipping. So look them up on Facebook. I think that's the best place to find them and order from. I had to send them a private message to place the order. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. It was a fun little build. It's definitely something that it's going to be cool to add to my display. And unique piece. All right, guys, so that wraps it up with the model kit build. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you stuck around this long, thanks a lot. Hit the like button for me if you didn't yet. Just helps more people on YouTube find my channel. Here's a few shots of the droid in my Hoth diorama on my shelf with my Black Series figures. So you can see he fits in pretty well. It's a tight spot there in my diorama. I thought I'd have more room next to the Bacta tank, but it came out really great. Looks great. I love it. So thanks JPG for a great kit. And anybody else out there, I think it's well worth adding it to your collection if you're a Black Series collector. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button for me, and we'll see you on the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye.